My family has always given the youngest son the house when the grandparents pass, no exceptions, no discussion. I just found out my father is rewriting the will to skip my own son entirely. The house on Bellamy Road went to the youngest grandson. That was the rule. My grandfather got it. My father got it. My son Ely, 11 years old, was next, and everybody had known it since the day he was born. Then my aunt called me on a Tuesday night at 9 p.m. and said, "Did you know Ray had Cheryl at the house today?" The lawyer, Ray. She was there 2 hours. For what? He wouldn't say, but she carried out the folder, Marcus. The green one. I drove over Wednesday morning. My father was at the kitchen table with his coffee and the crossword. Same as 40 years running. Dad, Cheryl came out here? She did. You changing the will? He didn't look up. I'm making it right. Right how? The house goes to Cody. Cody is my brother Dane's boy. 14. 3 years older than Eli. Which meant the rule wasn't the rule anymore. Dad, that's not how it works. It's never been how it works. It works how I say it works. Give me a reason. He put the pen down. Ask your brother. I said, I'm asking you. Ask your brother. He said again, and then come back and tell me you still want it. Dane wouldn't pick up. 4 calls, 2 texts, nothing. So Thursday at 6 p.m., I went to his house and stood on his porch until he opened the door 6 inches. Marcus, it's late. Dad's giving Cody the house. I heard. You heard. He scratched his neck. Look, it's his house. He can do what he wants with it. You went to him, didn't you? I didn't go to anybody. Dane, you want to know? Fine. He opened the door the rest of the way and went into the kitchen and came back with an envelope and slapped it into my chest. And I'm sorry, man, but I wasn't gonna let him hand our grandfather's house to a kid who isn't ours. It was a lab report. Paternity. My name. Eli's name. 12% probability. Excluded. Where did you get this? Doesn't matter where. Where? I took his toothbrush off the sink at Thanksgiving. Dane said, you want to be mad at me, be mad. But I'm not the one who lied for 11 years. I stood in his kitchen holding that paper and my hands were shaking and he watched me and he had this look on his face, not triumph, patience. Like he'd been waiting a long time for a Thursday exactly like this one. Here's what Dane didn't know. 8 months earlier, my wife's oncologist wanted a family history workup and we'd all been swabbed, me, her, Eli. Real lab, real chain of custody, a doctor's name at the top. Eli is mine. 99.9% mine. I had the results in a drawer in my office because there had never been a reason to think about them again. So Friday, I called my father and told him to have Dane at the house at 7 p.m. and I brought both papers and I laid them side by side on the kitchen table in front of the man with the crossword. My father read the real one twice. Then he looked at Dane. Dane said, that's a fake. He printed that. It's got Dr. Anand's signature on it. I said, call her. She's in the book. Then the lab screwed up mine. Sure, I said. Let's look at yours. And that's when I saw it. Bottom right corner of Dane's report, under the barcode, a client account number. I'd been staring at that page for 24 hours and my eyes finally landed on it. The same number printed on the same line. On a second report, Dane had run through the same lab 2 years earlier. Because the account was in his name. Because he had a history with them. Because he'd been a customer before. I said it out loud. Dane, why do you have an account with a paternity lab? My brother didn't answer. My father said very quietly, answer him. And Dane's face went the color of the tablecloth. And I understood the whole thing at once. The toothbrush, the timing, the patience. He hadn't forged a test on my son. He never needed to. He'd run one on his own son 2 years ago, gotten an answer he couldn't live with, and kept it in a drawer. Then he'd taken Eli's toothbrush, sent it in under Cody's name, and let the lab tell my father the truth about the wrong child. The 12% was real. It just wasn't Eli's.